I got a lot of tweets from kids about calling a snow day, and most of them were, funny, a little irreverent, or just asking for information. But some of them were disturbing. They were threatening me, my family. There were sexual references. Some of them were threatening themselves and their own family. Some of them I had to report to the principal because I was concerned that somebody might actually do something to themselves. And they used a lot of bad language, just a lot of really inappropriate stuff that went beyond just the kind of typical inappropriate sort of silliness. So I got a little upset, quite frankly, at some of what was being written, and I decided to respond by writing a letter that I hope gets people to understand the responsibility that we have to talk about these issues with our kids. My assumption was most of the kids that are doing this stuff don't understand the implications of what they're doing. They think it's a private conversation between them and their friends. A number of parents responded to me after I sent that letter, after they saw it in the media. They emailed me and said, thank you. I didn't know. I talk to my kids all the time about stuff. I don't ask them about their use of Twitter. I don't ask them about their use of Instagram or Vine or whatever it may be. Now I'm going to. I hadn't thought about it before. So I think parents who are well-meaning and, we want to give our kids freedom, and we don't always know what they're doing when they're doing their homework, if they're doing it in their room or whatever it may be. And so for the response I've gotten from some parents is it prompted them to ask their kids some questions that they otherwise hadn't, which is exactly what the intent of our initiative is. As the parent of, emerging teenagers, we say all the time, right, God, what were they thinking? Right? Any parents, what were they thinking? And in fact, we know from the brain research, kids, in fact, aren't thinking sometimes. They don't have the same risk to reward ratio that adults have in a fully developed brain. And we have to help them. We have to help them understand the ramifications of what they do. And not in a punitive way. We're not going to get rid of social media. We're not going to get rid of technology. I'm not interested in that at all. I want us to, as a community, embrace it as a powerful tool and medium. But we also have to make sure that we're talking to our kids about it and they understand the implications for their actions. I was explaining to my daughter the other day, who just started using Snapchat a little bit, that you can take a screenshot of it, and because she didn't realize it. I said, oh, honey, be very, very careful. Someone might take a screenshot of something that you think is just, a picture that's going to go away. So it's constantly changing. The rules constantly change. The laws change. That's why we have to be talking about it all the time. There's no hard and fast rule that explains all of it. There's no one way to approach it, but by talking about it as a community, I think we're going to get to a much better place.